Wouldn't it be nice if your computer could understand you like your best friend? If it could interact with you like a rational person? We think so. That's why at ExoTech, we align everything around just one primary datum. Do it the way the human does it. One way to really do it the way the human does it is to make a computer understand natural everyday language. Unlike today's computers, humans, when doing work and accomplishing goals, use more than just words. They interchange the concepts and ideas that those words are communicating. And that's exactly how an ExoBrain operates. It's one of the truly remarkable things that makes an ExoBrain so different. And it's what we're going to show you today. Just imagine how much easier your life would be if you could order your computer with language. Think of how much more you could accomplish. Here's an example. You say, send an email to the guy I met in London at the trade show and tell him that the items he wants are in our online catalog. Attach our latest brochure. And your computer answers. Okay, that's done. I'll let you know when there's a response. Or maybe you're busy and need some help. You say, gather up all the recent data you can find on the best performances in musicals in New York City. Give me the top 3 choices with ticket availability and prices for the week December 26th to 31st. Next thing you know, you're front row center, watching a revival of You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, and you know what happiness is. Is that asking too much? If today's computers can fly men to the moon, why can't they do more to fulfill what you need and want in your life? The answer to that question is that today's computers are simply machines that act as storehouses for words and numbers. They don't know what you're talking about, really. And even though they have helped us, as tech journalist Mitch Radcliffe points out, a computer lets you make more mistakes faster than any other invention, with the possible exception of handguns and tequila. But if your computer could understand you and was easy to work with, didn't waste your money and never chewed up your time, I think you'll agree that would be nice. Well, as we said, that's what an ExoBrain does, because an ExoBrain understands you. Like you, it operates with concepts, not just with words. It's the way the human does it, and it's a must for any computer that really deserves to partner with you. So let's show you how we chat with ExoBrain. Better still, let's show you ExoBrain's remarkable ability to get what you said, and then chat with you.
That is a great vision of the future. I long for the day when that comes. Now, even Einstein was a baby once. And like him, even ExoBrains begin as babies and work their way up from there. Today, we're here on this really pretty incredible and very historic occasion to introduce 2 baby ExoBrains to you so they can meet their first people, you, and you can meet them. They just got bored, and like any baby, they can do a little, but they aren't quite ready to discuss the reverse theory of discombobulated relativity with you just yet. Give them a little bit of time and that may well change. But unlike a just born human baby, they're actually able to do a bit, talk a bit, and understand a bit, and do a bit. Here, let us show you.
Hey, Jeff and Craig, it's time to show everyone what our first stage ExoBrains can do, all built entirely with our unique ExoTech code. These Exo apps we're going to show will certainly look familiar to people, but they will soon see that these are faster, smarter, better.
Sounds good, Jed.
That's right. Sounds good.
Since we are going to have these ExoBrains communicate with each other, we need to give them names. Jeff, name your ExoBrain Alpha. And Craig, name your ExoBrain Bravo.
Well, how about that? They both want to know what you want them to do. Ever heard of a Microsoft program that asks you what you want it to do? But ExoBrains like to chat. And one way they like to communicate is in what we call the talk box. When an ExoBrain is talking to you, it always uses a particular color and style of font, blue italic in this case. You answer its questions and tell it what to do in a number of ways. Firstly, you can tell it what to do using the mouse and keyboard. We'll show you that later. It's just like you've always done it in every computer. Or you can type your order in any old English language into the talk box. Or you can give your order in normal English language, speaking it, in which case the voice recognition software types the words you say into the talk box, and the ExoBrain grabs that and then does what you told it to do. Finally, you can tell your ExoBrain what to do in any of these ways, and your ExoBrain can tell another ExoBrain to do what you told the first ExoBrain to tell the second ExoBrain to do. And the other ExoBrain will then do just that. It's one ExoBrain, you telling the ExoBrain, their ExoBrain telling another ExoBrain, and the other ExoBrain does what you told the first ExoBrain. We'll show you all of these ways, but right now we'll start off by giving these ExoBrains written language orders in their talk boxes.
All right, let's dive right in and have some fun using language control and only language control to play a game of tic-tac-toe. Jeff, tell your ExoBrain to play tic-tac-toe.
Hey, Exo, let's play tic-tac-toe.
With ExoBrain language control, users can control the game verbally by saying things like put an O in B2 or something as simple as X in 9 for the 9th field. Jeff, make your first move.
Hey, Exo, put an X in the upper left.
Now let's get Craig involved. Jeff, send the game to Craig.
Hey, Exo, let's play against Craig.
Let's just think about what happened there. Jeff asked ExoBrain to make a move. ExoBrain understood what he wanted. ExoBrain did it. ExoBrain proved it can understand because it then acted appropriately. Now, in this particular case, it put a symbol in the square of tic-tac-toe, just to demonstrate that that's how it can do it. But it could just as easily have put that or any other symbol or number in a cell in a spreadsheet or in a box in a data entry form or in a contact list. The basic point is ExoTech language control was able to put whatever it was told into a named place in an Exo app open on the screen. Tic-tac-toe, crossword puzzle, or purchase order makes no difference at all. Do you know any other program anywhere that can do that?
I can see you each have your opponent's name on your game board now. Your move, Craig.
Hey, Exo, O in top right.
Hey, Exo, X in the center.
Hey, Exo, O in lower right.
Hey, Exo, X in right center.
Hey, Exo, O in lower left.
Hey, Exo, X in middle left.
Looks like we got a winner. All right.
I want
We'll
some
do this.
revenge.
All right, let's have a rematch. Craig, you get the first move this time. Start a new game.
Okay. Hey, Exo, play a new game.
This time I want you both to use different methods of commands. Type in the talk box, use your mouse, anything you want.
All right. I'm gonna type my first command.
Hey, Exo, place an X in right center.
All right. I'm gonna type a shortened version here.
I'm going to click on A1.
All right. I'm going to use a different method here. C2 down there.
Oh, I can tap.
Okay. I'm going to use voice. Hey, Exo, O in top center.
Ooh, nice move.
I won.
All right, great job, guys. Go ahead and close your Exo apps.
Hey, Exo, close.
Hey, Exo, close it.
Now, we just showed you two very important things. We showed you how normal everyday language can be typed in, perhaps when it's not convenient to talk. How normal everyday language can be typed into one ExoBrain and can be used by that first ExoBrain to control another or a million other ExoBrains.
Now we're going to show how an ExoBrain can move and control data using spoken language along with a mouse. Craig, tell your ExoBrain to open its telephone app.
Hey, Exo, open the telephone.
Great. Now enter my number, 1213-925-1011.
Okay.
Now, Craig, tell your ExoBrain to dial it.
Hey, Exo, dial that number.
Welcome to the world of ExoTech.
Great. That's an Exo app controlled by language and working seamlessly with existing technology. Just for fun, here's what happens when I try to do the same thing with Siri. I'm going to enter in a number here. A new number there. Siri, dial that number.
Who would you like to call?
Siri, dial the number.
Who would you like to call?
Siri doesn't understand my simple command because Siri and Alexa and Google Assistant are only programmed to do exactly what they're told to do. They can't improvise off of something that I'm saying. Okay, Craig, let's do some more stuff that Siri can't do and move some data around. Tell your ExoBrain to put that number in its calculator.
Hey, Exo, send that number to the calculator.
Nice. Now tell your ExoBrain to multiply that number by 7.
Hey, Exo, multiply that by 7.
Great. And let's add 4 to that number.
Hey, Exo, add 4 to that.
Great. Let's show off how easily Craig's ExoBrain can exchange data with Jeff's. Craig, tell your ExoBrain to send that number to Jeff's ExoBrain.
Hey, Exo, share my calculator number.
Great, there it is. Now we'll have Jeff call me, but first we're going to have to reverse those calculations we did with the number. Jeff, using your mouse, subtract 4 from that number. All right, and divide that number by 7. All right, we're back to my original number. Great. Jeff, have your ExoBrain send the number to its telephone.
Hey, Exo, send number to phone.
There it is. Dial the number.
Welcome to the world of ExoTech.
So, what did we do there? Well, we took some data from one place in an ExoBrain, sent it somewhere else, messed around with it, sent it on to another place, which happened to be, but didn't have to be, the ExoBrain it started from, unmessed it around, and proved it was back to its original state and perfectly usable. Now, we did all that to illustrate that ExoBrain can get data from anywhere, even from improbable places, do anything to it, and send it anywhere. That's actually the sort of thing that encryption does. For example, we could have said to Craig's ExoBrain, take that messed around number and send it to spreadsheet 1. Divide all the numbers in that spreadsheet with the number you got, and then save it. Send that spreadsheet to Jeff. So you'd have a pretty encrypted sort of spreadsheet there. Then separately, you tell Jeff what you did so he can undo what you did. Now, you've just crudely encrypted, encrypted in quotes, the spreadsheet and told Jeff how to unencrypt it. The baby ExoBrain is inherently capable of encrypting things. Now we're going to show you how even baby ExoBrain makes it possible to do things you just couldn't do conventionally.
Let's show that ExoTech can synchronize two computers and use language to control things that normally can't be controlled. Craig, start a network Pong game.
Hey, Exo, let's play Network Pong.
All right, I see you guys are synced up there. Go ahead and play.
Hey, Exo, serve the ball.
Hey, Exo, middle.
All right, let's show off what we can do here on the fly. Craig, make the ball red.
Hey, Exo, get the ball red.
Cool. Jeff, why don't you turn it into an image?
Hey, Exo, get the ball orange.
Hey, Exo, bigger ball.
All right. You got anything better than that, Jeff?
Hey, Exo, monster ball.
We just used Pong as a way to showcase, in a very visible way, 5 abilities unique to ExoTech. First, number 1, you saw how the combination of ExoTech and language, we could call it exolanguage perhaps, can be used to control games, in this case, Pong, an old arcade game, but useful for our purposes. Second, you saw ExoTech synchronizing movement across 2 computers so that the ball in both cases moved in lockstep. That ability has many possible uses, from remote surgery to getting an unlimited number of ExoBrains or robots acting in unison. Then you saw exolanguage enabling us to do things you can't normally do with Pong. For example, if you want to change something normally in Pong, you have to stop it, make the change, and then start it again. But as you saw, with exolanguage, you can change things on the fly. And this is our third unique ability. Exolanguage can change the color of anything on the fly. In this case, you saw exolanguage changing the color of a moving ball. Fourthly, exolanguage can change the size of anything on the fly. In this case, you saw exolanguage change the size, again, of a moving ball. Fifthly, exolanguage can put any image anywhere. In this case, you saw exolanguage putting an image into a moving ball. Now notice each of these things were moving. It's hard enough in a normal tech to put them in when they're not moving. Now these are not things any other technology can do. And this leads up to the ability of exolanguage to create or customize anything in the computer, from an Exo app to a menu, spreadsheet, desktop, or database. That is the power of exolanguage. Now, let's look at how these abilities to create and change anything with language can be used to make something completely new. Let's start by asking ourselves, how do people learn what to do, something new? How do they learn? How do you teach a person what to do? How, in computer terms, do you do the equivalent of what would be programming if it were a computer? Well, suppose you say to your young son, "Give me eggs and bacon, please." And he says, "Don't know how." So you say, "Well, get a frying pan." And he says, "Don't know what a frying pan is." So you show him. You take him through it step by step, telling him what to do. You teach him how, so that the next time you want eggs and bacon, all you have to do is ask him, "Please bring me eggs and bacon," and they appear. And then guess what? Your son teaches his brother. So now both of them can make eggs and bacon. And you do it all with language. Well, that's exactly the sort of thing we are now going to do for the very first time in public, and with a baby ExoBrain that only just got born. we're going to teach an ExoBrain how to make something useful that we want, electronic, bacon and eggs, computer style, just by telling it what to do to make that thing. And then we're going to get that very first ExoBrain to teach another ExoBrain, or a billion other ExoBrains, how to make their own example of that useful thing, just like your son taught his brother how to make bacon and eggs.
We're going to use language control to create a brand new app that doesn't exist at all in the ExoBrain system. The ExoBrains we have here do not have an app called Notebook yet. Let's verify that. Jeff, tell your ExoBrain to open its notebook.
Hey, Exo, open the notebook.
All right. The ExoBrain says it doesn't have a notebook. No problem. We'll just tell your ExoBrain to make a notebook Exo app out of thin air.
Hey, Exo, make a new app.
All right, that's a good start. Let's make some adjustments. Tell the ExoBrain to make the app thinner.
Hey, Exo, make it thinner.
Good. Make it even thinner.
Hey, Exo, make it even thinner.
All right, make it taller.
Hey, Exo, make it taller.
Look at that. No mouse. A computer doing the actions it is told to do. Jeff, show us your hands. All right, now make it yellow.
Hey, Exo, make it yellow.
All right, let's move it around the screen. Move it down.
Hey, Exo, move it down.
Great. Move it all the way to the right side.
Hey, Exo, move it to the right border.
Great. You can put your hands down, Jeff.
Thanks.
All right, let's put a background on this. Tell your ExoBrain to add an image.
Hey, Exo, let's choose an image. Hey, Exo, let's use image 12. That looks nice.
Yeah, that looks like a notebook. We'll need a place to add notes. Jeff, tell it to add a text entry field.
Hey, Exo, add a text field.
Great. Tell your ExoBrain to call this app a notebook.
Hey, Exo, name it a notebook.
Done. All right, now it's complete. Tell your ExoBrain to close it.
Hey, Exo, close it.
All right, this ExoBrain now has one more Exo app appearing on the screen on the left there. Let's call it back up on the screen.
Hey, Exo, open the notebook.
There it is. You can use your hands for this one, Jeff. Go ahead and type in some kind of note.
Wahoo! We just taught a computer something simply by telling it what to do, just the way you would with a human. We created in it something that didn't exist before, just by telling it what to do. And in the not too distant future, that's exactly how most ExoBrains will be taught to do almost anything and everything by almost anyone. Just begin to imagine what that means for us, what that means for you, what that means for the planet, what that means for our profits. Millions and billions of people making their own stuff just by telling it what to do. The world isn't going to be quite the same. Now, let's get this ExoBrain to teach another ExoBrain, just like your son taught his brother. Let's get this ExoBrain to teach another ExoBrain what it learned. It could teach a billion, it could teach one, it could teach a million. But we'll start with getting it to teach just one, the other baby ExoBrain. So you'll see, baby ExoBrains can learn too.
Before we show off our unprecedented data exchange capabilities, let's just make sure that Craig's ExoBrain doesn't have a notebook already. Craig, tell your ExoBrain to open a notebook.
Hey, Exo, open notebook.
All right, his ExoBrain says he doesn't have a notebook. Let's give him one. Jeff, tell your ExoBrain to give its notebook to Craig.
Hey, Exo, give notebook to Craig.
All right, there it is. Craig, close that notebook.
Hey, Exo, close it.
All right. Now let's check at Craig's ExoBrain again to see if it has a notebook.
Hey, Exo, open notebook.
There it is. No link to send, no download needed. A fully compatible Exo app transferred almost instantly and ready to use or to change. Craig, make that yellow background into red.
Hey, Exo, make it red.
All right. And let's see just how thorough that transfer was. Craig, ask your ExoBrain what notes it has.
Hey, Exo, get notes.
There it is. Craig, go ahead and type in your own message.
Okay. Here you go.
Great. Jeff, check to see if you have any new notes.
Hey, Exo, get notes. Whoa.
Hey, there it is. Very impressive. Jeff and Craig, thanks for showing everyone these incredible capabilities. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Tell your ExoBrains to say goodbye.
Hey, Exo. Goodbye, ExoBrain.
Hey, Exo, goodbye, ExoBrain.
Everything you have seen was made possible by knowing and applying the core principles of ExoTech. Our new tiny ExoCore that does it all was built completely from scratch this year, mainly by Jeff and with help from his team. It ran and did everything you've seen here today with no help from any other software. Jeff was the architect. It's been built using the best state-of-the-art technology available anywhere. Like the nucleus of a cell, it is incredibly powerful and has the intrinsic capability to make an ExoBrain do practically anything. It is capable of running any Exo stuff in any Exo app, in any operating system, in any device, without having to change or adapt them to the operating system being used. Google is just now starting to beta test this sort of ability. This ExoCore is capable of running anywhere, from a supercomputer to a printer or a light bulb. If the supercomputer and the light bulb are connected, they can automatically talk to one another without having to do anything special to set it up. The ExoCore is now going to be used to build the language-controlled version of the Exo Builder that was used to build anything and everything in ExoBrain 2. The result will be that any Exo stuff or any Exo app will be able to be built using language control and be controlled by language, and eventually by any language. The graphics engine we use powers top-end games and Lockheed Martin's 3D flight simulator multi-screen cockpit displays used to train pilots. ExoBrain has the basics built into it to create, for example, a language-controlled plane or spacecraft. A plane where every switch or control has its own ExoBrain, all under the control of the boss ExoBrain run by the pilots. Today, you only saw the Exo baby. Imagine what the Exo adult will be like. Thank you for watching us.
At ExoTech, we have a true game changer. This video is simply a peek at where we're at so far in just one aspect of the game. Because people have been asking, can we have a look? Now you can see that after just a few short months of our computer build, we do have language control. We are at the beginning of that, as well as many other computing abilities that we're going to offer. A Microsoft executive commented recently on what I saw at ExoTech. My view is that it is incredible in terms of potential. It holds the potential to transform the future of computing if it is brought to life at scale. And with your help, that is exactly what we're going to do.